Welcome back to Elseworlds, the best comic book related show in the multiverse. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is right upon us, and it looks like it's going to be one hell of a time in theaters. I'm hyped for a majority of the characters, including the film debut of Superman villain Bloodsport. In the movie, he's played by Idris Elba and has easily one of the most badass designs of the DCEU thus far. Now, Bloodsport is a bit of an overlooked villain in the DC Universe, hence why most are confused by his addition in this new movie. Now, the Idris Elba version looks fantastic, but in the comics, he looked like this. Drastically different, right? So who is Bloodsport, and why should fans be excited for this character? Well, let's head back in time to April of 1987 with Superman Volume 2, Number 4, when the world of comics was given an introduction to Robert Dubois. He was a draft dodger, fleeing out of fear of the Vietnam War, which led to his brother Mickey taking his place in the draft. When Mickey returned from the war, Robert witnessed that his brother had lost all his arms and legs in battle. Understandably, this broke Robert's heart and mind, forcing him to be committed into multiple psychiatric hospitals over the years. Lex Luthor comes in and, of course, sees Robert Dubois as an asset to use in the never-ending war against Superman. So, Lex gifted Robert with a device that can teleport any kind of firearm out of thin air because, yeah, what could go wrong with that ability? He even gave Robert a gun that would fire a kryptonite bullet. Lex used Robert Dubois' guilt and manipulated him to become Superman's newest enemy, but perhaps a little too well. Dubois' psychosis led to him believing that both he and his brother fought in the war, and it led to him going on a rampage in the city, killing many innocent civilians to get Superman's attention. Bloodsport is actually successful, managing to put a kryptonite bullet into Superman, forcing the man still to seek medical attention from a hospital. This is something that the Suicide Squad states is canon to the DCEU as well.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
It actually caused a bit of controversy on social media because, you can't have a comic book movie anymore without any kind of stupid controversy because it was considered so unbelievable. But yet, it happens in the comics. By the way, would totally love to see a Henry Cavill versus Idris Elba movie. Just saying, Warner Brothers. When Bloodsport and Superman fought again, Superman used his vision to keep the air in and around his hands too hot, thus keeping him from summoning any more weapons. Surprisingly, it is not Superman that brings down Bloodsport, but it's actually Jimmy Olsen. Olsen had learned the identity of history of Bloodsport, leading into him finding and bringing Mickey Dubois into the scene. Seeing his younger brother in his current state, begging him to stop the violence, Robert just broke and dropped to his knees before being arrested and taken to Stryker's Island. The origin story of Bloodsport is a rather tragic one, showcasing how war can affect the people at home as much as the people on the front lines. Other than the DC Universe twist of the ability to summon any gun that he wants, Bloodsport is actually one of the more realistic villains out there, especially in Superman's villain roster, and is easily one of the most underrated villains that does not get enough attention. And Robert Dubois is not the only Bloodsport. After him, there was Alexander Trent, a neo-Nazi who actually killed Robert Dubois and took over the title of Bloodsport. However, this video is not about him, so moving on to other incarnations. Earlier this year, it was revealed that Bloodsport will be getting a big return in the comics through none other than Suicide Squad comics. In it, he is sporting a very xenomorph-esque design based on the Idris Elba version. Considering the amount of praise that the Suicide Squad has been receiving, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the character of Bloodsport ends up becoming this new fan favorite across all forms of media, similar to how Batman the Animated Series revamped Mr. Freeze to become one of the most beloved DC villains of all time. Or even the fact that it created Harley Quinn, who is now the star of 3 different blockbusters. Speaking of the animated series, Bloodsport did also appear in the DC Animated Universe via Justice League Unlimited. Though Bloodsport is human, he's far from regular. He possesses enhanced agility, nearly perfect marksmanship, sports an array of gadgets, and he is adept in hand-to-hand combat, including swordplay. And with that, Bloodsport's Secret Origins file is done. Hope you found this informative and gets you excited to see more Bloodsport in the future. Would you like to see more? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content, hit the bell icon to be notified of this channel's uploads, and feel free to suggest any character, event, theory, or Elseworld you'd like to see covered on this show. Have a good day, and I will see you all next time in the multiverse.